All right, so on today's video, I want to do something a little bit more relaxed, just kind of a chill video, I guess you could say, where we're just gonna sit back and talk about a few photos. So these photos, how many? Eight, my top eight photos that I have kind of in my portfolio. I kind of want to just go through them, talk about them, what inspired me to take them, what they mean to me, all that good, interesting stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw them up on the screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it, and talk to you guys about how I took them, why they are included in this list, and what they kind of mean to me, more or less. So let's get into it. Okay, so this first picture, this is actually of my friend Josh, who you probably have seen on my Instagram a lot. He's oftentimes who I end up taking pictures of, especially when I, like, earlier on in my photographic career, I guess you can call that. Not really. Just because I want someone to practice on, someone who enjoyed modeling. And I got this picture. This was in Center City somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. No. This was actually near, I think, Spruce Street Harbor, I think, or Spruce Street Pier, if you guys know where that is in Philadelphia. And we found these lights that were just chilling out on this gate. This was kind of like during like a holiday season, probably Christmas or something. And we saw these lights and we were like, that kind of looks interesting. So we decided to try and make a photo. And it's funny because this photo to me now isn't that impressive because it's more or less just, go towards the light, take a picture near it. But at the time, I just thought this photo was so good. I was like, wow, I'm really advancing in my photography. So to me, this is a really cool looking photo, but in a way it kind of shows me how much of a novice I was at taking pictures and how much further I had to go, because this picture is maybe 2-3 years old now. And I've advanced quite a ways from this photo. So it's just interesting to kind of go down memory lane and look at photos like that you thought were amazing at the time, and then you realize that this isn't that crazy. All right, and the second photo we're going to be talking about is actually another one of my friend Josh, but this one is a black and white photo. This one I took maybe 2 years ago, I'd say. I would say probably maybe like a year and a half or so, not too long ago for this one. And this is one of my first kind of like black and white edits I did on a photo. And this one is another early example of, okay, this is what photography is like, I need to get better type of example. But I really like this one because it showed me how good black and white could look. I always thought black and white was kind of boring, that where's the color, where's the saturation, but as you go on in your photographic journey, you realize that that's such like a stupid approach to have, and that some of the best photos ever taken are actually in black and white. So for that reason, I put this photo on here, and it's another memory lane. This next one, oh man, this is kind of what started it all, I guess, in a way. For a while I was trying to come up with a brand logo for Mugen, and just trying to think of what could go with it. And then one day, my friend and I, one of my friends, Mike, this really cool guy who kind of helped me get into photography, we were trying to do like this thing, when you take a long exposure and you use maybe a light like a flashlight and draw something in the background of a photo. And I had him draw like an infinity symbol over my head. And when we look back at the photo and I kind of threw like a quick little edit on it, I was like, this looks really cool. Like, you see the guy kind of with his hands on his head, but his face is blurred out. And you see the line kind of go through his mind and then through to the infinity symbol. And it perfectly encapsulated what I wanted to Mugen to be, which is infinite thought, infinite creativity, always expanding, that kind of limitless potential, all coming from the mind of someone. That's what I wanted Mugen to be, more or less. And I was like, this is perfect. Like, this is the perfect image. So this one has a lot of sentimental value. Oh man, I can't wait for this to be like blown up to put on a building somewhere, hopefully when Mugen becomes a worldwide like phenomenon. Fingers crossed. This next picture is actually another Mike Elliott, which is the guy I was talking about before. This is his picture, not mine, but I love this picture of myself. That's pretty narcissistic, but this one was actually just made in the house. We were just sitting trying to think of a cool photo idea, and then we saw he actually saw the lines coming through on the wall and thought that would make a great black and white image. And this one is just crazy. This is one of my favorite photos. I wish I had taken this myself, honestly, so I could take credit for it, but it's not me, it was him, and he did an amazing job on it. And actually in that same day, he took this next photo which is another one of my favorites. And basically we kind of used that same window, but played it in a different way and didn't use the shadows, but instead used the light coming in, got that sun ray, and the colors are just so beautiful in this one. Such a good picture. Such a good picture. I don't know how he exposed this so well. The man's not normal. I'm gonna put his stuff below as well if you want to check out some of his work, because he's awesome. Next photo. So this is such a stupid picture, honestly, because I didn't even, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't even mean to take this photo, more or less. This I think was maybe 3 years ago, I think it was Thanksgiving dinner, and there was just some stuff laid out on my counter at home that when my dad was cooking, my mom and dad were cooking in, and I just thought it kind of made a cool alignment, so I just took a picture of it, and it came out looking really interesting. Like, you see that glow coming in for the right side from the candle and the shadow and all that stuff. I thought it just looked really moody and cool, and I was like, this whole product photography stuff is actually kind of interesting, huh? And that kind of launched my interest in product photography and made me want to dive some more into that art form. So this was another one of those, not that great of a photo technically, but one of those gateway photos, I guess you could say. Okay, and this next one, this was taken by me, fortunately, and this is of my friend Kevin, who frequents on my on my social media page, forever.mugen, if you don't know, on Instagram. I've taken so many photos of him, probably more than I've taken and put out there of myself. But this one, I just love like the wistful kind of look at of this picture. We got it like near sundown, so it has that beautiful golden hour effect on it, and it's just a great photo. I love this photo. It's currently like the main image, I guess you call it, what, the hero image or something like that, on my website, forevermugen.com, if you want to check it out. And I will just forever love this picture. I just think it's just solid. It's not a great picture technically because it doesn't really tell a story of any kind, but it's simple and I like it. And then this last picture is one that I got taken of me by Josh, actually, and another black and white. And it's probably the best portrait I have of myself. I think I just love I don't know, it's just the expression on my face, the way the sun kind of comes into the scene, and the black and white just perfect and just caps it off excellently. My hair looks all crazy in this one, but I kind of like that it looks that way. I look a little disheveled, a little lost in thought, and it's just I just really like that picture for whatever reason. And that's the thing with some of these, and if you're a photographer, you'll know this. Sometimes you just take a picture just because you feel like taking it, and then you look back and you're like, that's actually kind of cool. And it's not that there's anything innately amazing about the photo, but it's just like, man, I really like that photo. You know? So yeah, those are some of my favorite photos I've taken over the past few years. Hopefully I have a ton of other ones to share with you guys in another year. Maybe this is like maybe it's gonna turn into like a yearly series I do where I break down some of my favorite pictures. I'll probably have to put a lot more in here if I want to do it for the entire year, but yeah, maybe I'll do that at the end of 2020, do a roundup of some of my favorite pictures I've taken throughout the year, and just do like a little slideshow or something and talk about them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of my old photos, maybe some you haven't seen before, and enjoyed the insight on it and how it kind of contributed to my photographic development, more or less. Yeah, that's all I really have to say for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one.